this is the palette that I'm going to be using for my eyes. This is palette 7. It's a Moodstruck Addiction palette. We had 7 palettes and they are phasing out the palettes, and there are only 3 left available, and this is one of them. So this one has lots of very bright colors. It's so versatile. There are so many things that you can do with this palette that don't necessarily end up you know, with bright rainbow colored eyes, but you can do that if that's what you want to do. So I'm going to get started working on my eyes, and I'm gonna start with a light color. I'm just gonna start with yellow, and yellow typically is not my best color. So I usually kind of avoid yellow for my clothes, but this is kind of a yellowy color, but we'll see how it turns out. I am not planning to have the majority of the color be yellow in the finished product, so hopefully it'll turn out okay. I really have been a little bit intimidated by this palette, so I wanted to try something new, something different that I haven't done before. And this is definitely it. I have never even considered putting yellow eyeshadow on my eyelids. I've never owned yellow eyeshadow before now, so that's interesting. It's a big change for me, big adjustment. I'm used to doing these videos live on Facebook and watching for comments and you know, seeing things that people are commenting along the way. So now I kind of just feel like I'm talking to myself, which is fine, you know. I've been known to talk to myself before, so what's the difference, right? I love how when I'm doing eyeshadow, I always think it looks terrible until I get the finished product done and put eyeliner and mascara on, and then it looks completely different. So this is brush cleaner, and I'm just gonna spray it on the brush, and then I just wipe it on the towel or a wash rag or whatever, paper towel, whatever you want to use. But the great thing about this brush cleaner is that you spray it on, you wipe until the color is out of the brush, and then you can just use the brush again. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of orange right under that yellow. And I'm kind of using a photo as a guide. And I can show you that here in a few minutes, the photo that I'm using to kind of base my idea on. So, but like I mentioned earlier, I'm not gonna have a whole lot of yellow left. I just kind of wanted the hint of yellow. So maybe instead of sunset, maybe this is more of a sunrise. Probably. So I'd love to hear in your comments what you're thinking. If you think I'm crazy, that's fine. I tend to agree. But I'd love to see what you think, either as we go through the video or at the end. Just let me know what you think of the finished product. But if you want to go online and see these products, my website is Younique, spelled Y-O-U, and I'll put it in the comments too, YOUNIQUE, products, youniqueproducts.com/Michelle's Makeup Trunk. And that's all one big word, Michelle's Makeup Trunk. So youniqueproducts.com/Michelle's Makeup Trunk is my website. I have a Facebook page that's basically the same name. So if you want to check out my Facebook, you are welcome. I have a page called Be Younique with Michelle. And then I also have a VIP group where I do specials and sales and some prize giveaways and all kinds of good stuff like that. It looks like I think I got some of the pinkish red up into the orange a little bit further than I wanted to, but it'll be all right. I'm not an artist for sure. And I don't know if you're watching this video and if you started it and you're still here, you probably know that I am definitely also not a professional as far as applying makeup, because I basically feel like I am just kind of playing in my makeup at this point. I just recently started, that is really bright. I just recently started with Younique, and I started because I love the mascara, and I started with the foundation. So I started with the liquid foundation, and it has great coverage and it looks great, but I have really dry skin and it didn't work well for my skin. But at first I was hesitant to try out anything else, and then they came out with some different foundations, and they started with the spray foundation, and I absolutely love the spray foundation. Now it doesn't stay in stock for very long, so if you want to try the spray foundation, it's not going to be back in stock. I'm just going to come in with some more orange. It's not going to come back in stock until, I believe, July. So, if the spray foundation is something that you're interested in and that you'd like to try, then let me know, and I can make myself a note, put your name down on a list, and I can let you know when that becomes available again and reach out to you. The good thing though is, after I learned about the spray foundation, after I found that spray, I also realized that the stick foundation is also amazing. So, even though the liquid didn't end up working for me, even though I loved the coverage and how it looked on my skin, it just wasn't the best for dry skin, for me anyway. I did find another option that worked even better for me. So I'm going to show you today the stick foundation. After I'm done with my eyes, I'm going to show you the stick foundation, and hopefully you'll be able to see, you know, how great that is too. So I'm gonna kind of just come in with a little bit of pearl white there. So these eye colors have a ton of pigment in them, and that eye primer that I put on at the beginning just even intensifies that a little bit more. I didn't do my eyebrows, and I don't do my eyebrows very often, and that's mainly just because I have never done my brows before. Well, I have done my brows before, but I haven't made a habit of it. I've gotten used to them being blonde and basically non-existent, and it looks weird to me when I have brows on my face. So I don't do them very often. I probably need to learn how to do that, and incorporate that into my videos a little bit more too. But right now that doesn't happen. So I'm just kind of touching up some color, just kind of intensifying it in some areas, and I'm starting to kind of like the way that this is looking. So I'm always kind of questionable about it from the beginning, thinking that it probably will end up looking awful, but I'm kind of okay with what's going on right now. What do you guys think? And again, you know, I'm always used to getting some comments and feedback, but that doesn't work very well when you're recording and you're not live. So I apologize for being off camera some, but I don't have a good spot. I need a desk or a makeup table or something, but I don't have one at the moment. And so now I'm just gonna take the blending brush and blend these colors together even a little bit more. Okay, so I'm not sure what to do with underneath here because typically when I put red or pink around my eyes too much, I kind of tend to look like I'm a little bit sick, and I don't want to look like I have something that's causing my eyes to be inflamed. I'm going to try now the Dip and Draw eyeliner. I haven't used this forever, and so this could be the disaster that was waiting to happen with my eye makeup today, but we'll see. Drawing is definitely not my strong point, and straight lines aren't either. Well, that's not terrible, but well, I'm gonna wipe it all over my eyes and just have it a mess everywhere. The trick is, though, even if you get the first one done and it turns out okay, then you still have another one to try to do to match to it, right? And I apologize for being so super close to this, my phone as I'm recording this, but I usually wear glasses and I can't see basically anything when I'm not close to the camera. So let me see, I'm gonna try to dab that and get that eyeliner out because I did make a little mess there. So that's not terrible, right? It has literally been probably a couple years since I used Dip and Draw eyeliner, so not terrible, I think, for my first recent attempt anyway. I don't know, I find it hard to do my makeup in my phone as opposed to a mirror. It just seems like I can't see nearly as well what I'm doing. But I don't know, those wings are coming out kind of nice. Maybe I should do my makeup in my phone more often. Usually when I'm doing my makeup, I'm standing like with my nose basically touching the mirror. So that's kind of what I feel like I'm doing here with you guys. I am not unhappy with the way that eyeliner turned out. So I'm going to just use a pencil on the waterline of my bottom lid very quickly here. And this is a brown, and I know I used black on my top lid, but I just kind of wanted to not be as harsh on the bottom. And I have really watery eyes, so what I'm going to do after I use this on the waterline, I'm going to get an angled brush and put a little eyeshadow in there to just kind of hold it on So just to make it have more staying power, I'm just going to put a little brown eyeshadow in there too. I know that was a great angle for my face, wasn't it? I'm sure that there will be lots of stills that would be really super interesting from this video. Okay, so I actually think I'm done with my eyes except for mascara. So what I'm gonna do with my lashes, I'm gonna hold off on the mascara because I'm going to use this primer first. So what this is Younique Moodstruck Epic Lash Primer. And it goes on white. It goes on just like mascara, but it goes on white. And what it does is it gives you more length and more volume when you actually put your mascara on over top of it. So I'm going to use this primer today, and I'm going to use the regular Epic mascara from Younique. And if you are interested in any of these products and you can't remember what I said I used, just shout out in the comments and I will tell you in the comments what I used, or you can reach out to me, email me, check out my Facebook group. My Facebook group is Michelle's Makeup Trunk, and you can search for my group. I'd love to have you join, or reach out to me in the comments for the video. My camera, my phone seems to be dipping. I think I'm losing height, and I'm standing, like bending my knees to look in the camera. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. Gonna go ahead and work on my face. So I don't have any foundation yet, but I did put primer on already. And I told you that I was going to use the stick, the Younique stick. This is the Younique Touch Stick Foundation. It just comes in a stick just like that. And I just painted on like war paint, and I really like it. It has great coverage. I rarely have to use any kind of concealer when I use this because it has great coverage. And then if I need more coverage, it's buildable. So you can just, dab it a little bit more on wherever you need it. And then, all your bad spots are covered. So mine is, the color that I use is Scarlet. And that is the lightest color available. And that is not a surprise for me because I am basically translucent. So Younique Touch Scarlet, that is part of that kudos that I was telling you about, the 3 deal. That's just for April 2020, and it's $78. And I'm about to use this brush and show you how amazing it is. So I just paint on the foundation, and then I take the brush and fill in or brush the foundation all over my face. This brush is amazing. Everything goes on super smooth. And I actually use this brush, and you'll see me use it here in just a few minutes, for several other things other than just putting on my foundation. So it's not like, oh, I put my foundation on and I have to go grab another brush to do the rest of my face. It's not like that at all. And so like I do my contour with this brush. I add blush with it, and it doesn't bring all of that makeup out onto the rest of my face. It looks like I have a little bit of redness right there, and I don't think I got it brushed in very well. So I'm going to keep working on that a little bit. Blend down in here onto my neck a little bit. This foundation matches my skin so well though, that even if I don't blend it out the best, like down onto my neck, it's almost the same exact color as my skin. So, so that's great that I don't have to blend it quite so much. So that is the kudos for April. So if you're watching this video in April 2020, then you can grab these three things, or any foundation. You can get the liquid foundation, the powder foundation, you can get the regular primer, this is the hydrating primer, or you can get the mattifying primer that gives you a matte, like an airbrush finish. Any of those primers, any of the foundations except for the spray, which is mostly out of stock, and a face brush. This is the Kabuki brush. This is a Younique brush. It's the Kabuki brush. It's amazing. And you can get it as long as it is still available in stock. So those three things are this month's kudos. Now, I also want to tell you about something else that is available through Younique that's not just this month. If you love the foundation and you need a new foundation, you can get a subscription. We are beta testing a subscription for, it's called the Flawless 4. Okay, so you get a primer, you get a foundation. You also, let me find mine, you get a concealer in your color, and you get a setting spray or setting powder. So you get these four things. You get the primer, the foundation, the concealer, and the setting spray or setting powder for $99, and you can set that up as a subscription. You can get it every month, every 2 months, every 3 months. You can cancel it if you don't want to get it anymore. You can delay it if you want. If you aren't out of your makeup yet and you want to delay it, you can delay it. So those 4 items for $99, and get it on a subscription where you don't have to worry about it when you're running out. It's just going to show up in your mail. The other thing about this is that, you know, concealer tends to last forever, right? You're going to get your concealer. You're not going to need a new tube of concealer within 3 months, right? So if it's time for your subscription, I'm trying to look for what I'm going to tell you about. If it's time for your subscription and you're not out of concealer, you can choose any mascara that is available with Younique to replace your concealer. So don't need concealer in your Flawless 4, just get online or call me or email me, text me, and I will fix up your next shipment of your Flawless 4 with a mascara instead of the concealer. You can start out with a mascara if you want the mascara instead of the concealer. So since we're talking about mascara, let's just go ahead and put that on. The primer should be dry. And so I'm going to go ahead and apply. This is just the regular Epic mascara. We also have an amazing fiber mascara called 4D. And I am not good at putting on my mascara in my phone. It just always ends up with some kind of tragedy, usually involving me poking myself in the eye and crying through the next part of the video. So I'm going to try to avoid that while still putting it on in my phone and not having to adjust over to the mirror and be off screen. So I can't really tell how that's looking right now. It doesn't look too bad there, does it? So again, this is the Epic mascara. This is not fiber mascara. This is just regular mascara. This is black, but the regular Epic comes in black, brown, and black waterproof. The 4D fiber mascara just comes in black. So if you really want waterproof or you really want brown, then you would need to go with the this regular Epic that I'm using here. So you can see that I am getting a lot of length. My eyelashes are blonde, so You probably noticed that when I was putting on the primer. My eyelashes are completely blonde, so I don't have any kind of length or volume on my lashes when they are not made up. So if you asked me, you know, what is the one makeup that you'd take with you if you were like on a deserted island, it's going to be mascara, because I'm going to look sick if I don't have my mascara on, because I just look like there's nothing around my eyes at all. So I think I got I got some on my face. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna take my kabuki. I have not done anything else with my face yet except the foundation, so I can still fix any issues that I make for myself. Okay, so eyes are pretty well done. What do you guys think? I kind of like it. I don't usually use pinks, reds, oranges on my eyes at all, but I think it kind of turned out really good. So next I am going to take another eyeshadow palette and actually use it for contour. So this one is not the best. Sorry guys, I thought I had this planned out very well and all my makeup laid out, and inevitably there's always something that I've missed. So I'm gonna put a little bit of contour, and this is an eyeshadow. This palette is no longer available though, so I'm not gonna talk it up. But the great thing about these palettes, if you do get one of the last ones that's available, is that the colors in them can be used for a lot of different things. I've used my eyeshadow palettes for contour, for blush, for highlight. So these palettes, there's 3 left, and I can show you the other 2 before I jump off of here. There's 3 left, and they have 7 colors in them, and a lot of them do have shades that can be used for highlight and for contour. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you real quick the other palettes that are available. This is palette 1. Palette 1 is neutrals, and so there's some shimmery like taupes and golds and mostly browns in there. That's palette 1. And palette 4 is still available. Palette 4 has browns and blues. And then palette 7 that I used on my eyes today is also one of the last 3 that's available. Now I am going to use a little bit of blush. I'm so pale that I like to have a little bit of color on my cheeks in addition to that contour. And it may look like I am really putting it on heavy right now, but I promise you that blush disappears on my face. So by the time this video is over, it will probably be almost like you can't even tell that I put it on there. So this is the color is Sweet. This is Moodstruck Pressed Blusher, and in the color Sweet. I think all the blushes are called S names. All the pressed blushes. Okay, so there's blush. So I've used this kabuki brush now for foundation, for contour, and for blush. And before I go on, I'm just going to, I forgot to just kind of put a little bit of shimmer there in the corner. I like to just lighten that up right there in the corner. And I'm just taking the white from the very same palette that I used to do my eyes in the first place, and just adding a little bit of that shimmer there. Okay, so what's left to do? Just my lips, right? So I wasn't sure what color to do for my lips, but I did something yesterday that I really liked, and so I'm going to try it again and see how it goes with the colors that I'm wearing today. So I used, this is a lip liner called Pompous. And I really like this color. I'm going to kind of put it on a little bit thick because I'm going to use a lighter color on the inner part of my lips, and I'm going to kind of blend it so that it's a little bit almost like an ombre, I guess, where it's darker on the outside. My husband is asleep. The last time I did a crazy color that was outside of my usual comfort range, he thought it looked pretty funny, so I'll have to see what he says this time. He told me that last time that it looked like a clown did my makeup, so I don't really care, so. I was just home that day, and I was just playing and having fun in my makeup, and it didn't bother me. It was blue. It was, my eyeshadow was blue and green. And that is also not something that I usually do. I'm up to now, I've been kind of a neutral kind of girl. All right, so there's the outline. Now this is one of the liquid lipsticks. This is Splash Liquid Lipstick from Younique. This is the color, oh, where is it? Sparkling, okay? I'm not crazy about what this looks like when it first goes on, so don't be shocked when I put it on and you're like, oh, but yesterday I used this with the lip liner and kind of blended it out, and I really liked it after. I wanted to try like a more nude pink. Not necessarily with this look, but at some point, but I just don't have that color yet. So I'm not sure about this lip with this particular eyeshadow, but I still like the color. I still like the liner and that lip color together. So what I'm gonna do now, I showed you the setting spray that comes as a part of the Flawless 4. So I'm going to just spray it on to set my makeup and make it last for the rest of the day. So mine's leaking a little bit. I stored it laying down. So, all right, so I'm just gonna spray it on my face and let that dry. You don't want to touch it while it's drying because it's wet, and it will smear your makeup if you touch it while it's wet, obviously. So, so I'm gonna let that dry, but let me know what you guys think about this finished look. I curled my hair up a little bit so that when I finished my makeup, it would look like, you know, I looked decent. But All right, so I told you, what do you think about the blush isn't too overwhelming? Not compared to the eyes, at least, right? So, finished look. Pretty happy with it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And I will put my website and even maybe my Facebook page link and Facebook group link in the caption. And come join my group. Come shop. Come pick out some great stuff for you. If you need me to help you pick stuff out, I will definitely help you with that. And if you need color matched for a foundation, send me a picture and I will help you get the right color for you. So thanks for watching. If you stuck around the whole time, thank you so much. And let me know what you think. Have a great day.